In the beginning of the story, we see a sharpshooter named Drasa, who has been hiding in a tunnel for the past few hours. Actually, she is waiting for her prey here. Drasa was given the task of killing a government officer at a nearby airport. After a while, a plane lands on the runway. As soon as Drasa saw her prey, she killed him in one shot from many kilometers away. Drasa does her job so delicately that the guards present there do not know who fired the bullet and from where. After completing the mission, Drasa goes to her mother's grave where her father is already present. Here we know one more thing about Drasa, that whenever she kills someone with her rifle, she keeps the cover of that bullet with her, and then she gives these bullet covers to her father. Actually, Drasa was a contract killer. That is, she used to kill people for money and had killed many people so far. She didn't like killing people at all, but now this job had become her profession. That's why Drasa would give those bullet covers to her father, which would ease her pain a little. Drasa tells her father that I have got another new project that will run for a whole year. Maybe I won't be able to meet you during this time. To which Drasa's father replies, "You come every year and give me some bullet covers, but next year it won't be like that. My cancer is on the last stage. I don't have much time left. And if I don't die in the coming days, then I will end my life on 14th February, Valentine's Day, because now I have no reason to live. Your mother is also dead, and you also come to meet me once or twice a year for your work, so it may be our last meeting." Hearing this, Drasa's eyes fill up. Now the scene shifts here and we see the second lead character of this story, Levi. Levi's life was not going well at all. He often had terrible dreams and sleep would go away from his eyes. One night when his eyes open from a bad dream, Levi comes out of his house and comes to the shore. Here, he feels a little better and he starts writing something in his diary. Then Levi suddenly gets a message on his phone. In that message, he is given an address where he is told to reach as soon as possible. Levi arrives at a military base without wasting time, and there he meets a lady officer named Barto. During the conversation, we find out that Levi was not an ordinary person, but an army officer, but now he has retired, and not only that, he has also been a deadly sniper. He has killed more than 200 people by sniping so far. Barto tells Levi that I want to send you on a mission because you are a very good sniper and only you can do this. But before sending on the mission, Barto asks Levi a very important question. If you go on this mission, is there anyone behind you who remembers you? Hearing this, Levi feels a little strange, but then he replies, "No, I don't have anyone in this world now." Hearing this, she says to Levi, "You get ready, you will be sent on that mission in a few hours and you have to stay there for a year." After that, Levi is made unconscious, and when his eyes open, he finds himself in an airplane. Levi does not understand anything that where he is being taken and what kind of mission has been assigned to him. So Levi asks the soldier there, "Where am I being taken?" But the soldier does not answer Levi. He just says, "Give us your ID and watch. You will get all this back when your mission is complete." After a while, the soldier tells him, "Now it is time for you to get off the plane. In a few minutes, we are going to enter the no-flying zone area. We do not have permission to go further from here." He just tells you that after getting off, you have to walk alone 32 kilometers north, then you will reach your mission place. But Levi still had the same thing going on in his mind. He again asks the soldier, "Where are we going?" The soldier replies, "I do not have permission to answer this question. There is a microphone in my uniform. If I tell you about this place, I can be fired or even killed." Hearing this, Levi is suffocated. After this, he is given a parachute, and as soon as the plane door opens, Levi jumps and lands safely. But the real game starts now. He had to walk 32 kilometers. It takes 2 days for Levi to walk, and after a long journey of 2 days, he finally reaches that place. He sees that this is a very deserted area where humans are far away and birds are not visible to him. That's when he meets a man named JD. JD was on a mission here for a year. Now his duty is over, so now Levi will take his place. JD takes Levi to a watchtower. After reaching the top of the tower, Levi still did not understand what he had to do here. When he asks this question to JD, JD replies that there is a very deep pit here which has been named Gorge. This is a very mysterious and deep pit to which no one has ever been able to reach the bottom. Your job is very simple. You have to guard this pit. After this, he tells Levi the strict rules here. He says that you can call the headquarters once a month. No matter what happens, do not expect to connect with the outside world. This tower, which we call the West Tower, is right in front of it is the East Tower. It is of Russia. A guard is also doing his duty there, but no contact is allowed between the two of you. You just have to focus on your duty. And yes, always be ready for the coming danger, because you can be attacked at any time here. There are a lot of automatic guns and a lot of landmines down here. If the bullets run out in the automatic guns, then always keep it reloaded, because automatic guns will be very useful to you during the attack. And the last thing, if you ever hear the sound of a loud siren here, then you run away from here without thinking. JD says, I don't even know why this is said, but I'm telling you what the last duty worker told me. Levi listens to all his words very well, but he had only one question. He asks, what is it here for which so much strict security has been installed? Then JD pulls out a grenade and throws this grenade into the deep pit. As soon as the grenade explodes in the depths of the pit, a strange, terrible voice starts echoing from there. That voice was not of any human at all. It was of something that was hidden in the dark. JD looks at Levi and says, the voice you are hearing is of those creatures that we call hollow men. These creatures live in this pit, and your duty here is not to let any creature out of this pit. It is said that in 1940, 2,400 soldiers of the U.S. Army were sent into this pit so that these soldiers could kill all the creatures in that pit. But none of them came back alive. And now JD told Levi all the information about everything and started preparing to go home, because he had completed a year's duty here. Now Levi had to give a year's duty here. JD says goodbye to Levi and leaves here. He was very happy because he was going to go home after a year. But he did not know that something like this was going to happen to him in the future, which is also scary to think about. After reaching the location, as soon as JD smokes, a helicopter comes to pick him up. The helicopter throws a rope down for him, and JD climbs into the helicopter through this rope. A soldier sitting in the helicopter first confirms JD's identity. When JD gives him all his information, the soldier sitting in the helicopter first shoots JD and then cuts his rope and drops him down. Now, one thing was clear here, that whoever comes to this place will never be able to return from here. After this, we are shown the scene of the next day. Levi starts doing his job. First of all, he checks some of the reports here and reloads the automatic guns that run out of bullets. In the same way, days pass and then a month. Now Levi feels this place is boring. He thinks that he has to live here alone for a year, neither talk to anyone nor any entertainment. That's why he thinks of reading books kept in the closet to pass time. When he takes out the books from the closet, his eyes suddenly fall on the wall behind the closet. Some notes are written on that wall. These were the notes of all those people who had done their duty in this tower before. Every note mentioned the dangers of fear, loneliness, and hollow man. One day, Levi hears the sound of the machine running from the West Tower. Levi quickly tries to see the East Tower from a distance with his telescope. And then he sees a girl. And this girl is no one else but Drasa, who was given a duty on this tower because of her good sniping. Levi's eyes fall on her as soon as he sees the beauty of Drasa. But Levi can't talk to him because that was against the rules. And Drasa had also learned about Levi sitting in the West Tower. Now the day goes by like this, and they both think whether we should talk to each other or not. A few days later, Drasa's birthday comes. Drasa, surrounded by loneliness, feels that she should talk to someone. She tries to talk to Levi. Drasa asks Levi through a whiteboard, "What is your name?" Levi remembers the rules and says that it is not allowed to tell the name. But Drasa tells her name with a smile. "My name is Drasa." Levi also tells his name without thinking much. Drasa tells that today is my birthday, and Drasa starts dancing celebrating her birthday. Drasa asks Levi, "Do you know how to dance?" Levi says, "No, I don't know how to dance at all." On which Drasa asks, "So what do you know to do?" Levi answers and writes on the board, "I do a little good shooting." Here Drasa puts a little bottle on her tower to check her shooting skills. And Levi puts his target in the target and breaks the bottle in one shot. Now here Drasa was not going to stay behind.
She also shows her shooting skills and perfectly shoots a small bottle in Levi's tower. This shows Levi that Drasa is not an ordinary girl, but a deadly sniper. Gradually, the conversation between the two begins to increase. Drasa and Levi begin to understand each other. But only when these two are busy talking, Drasa's eyes suddenly go down to the pot. She sees that some dangerous creatures from below, that is hollow men, are climbing fast towards the west tower. She quickly alerts Levi. "Look down, some creatures are moving towards you." As soon as Levi looks down, his eyes are shocked. Not just one or two, but thousands of creatures are moving up. He picks up his sniper rifle without wasting time and starts shooting the creatures one by one. But the number of creatures is so high that Levi is not able to handle them alone. That's why Drasa also starts shooting bullets from her machine gun. Now the creatures are moving towards the west tower, that is Drasa. They both start killing these creatures from their own side. But then Levi sees that a creature has reached the top of Drasa's tower. And as soon as the creature is about to attack Drasa, Levi uses his excellent sniping skills from the east tower and kills the creature. Now Levi and Drasa realize that if they want to stay alive in this dangerous place, they will have to fight together. After handling everything, Drasa says, "This was the best birthday of my life." The next morning, Levi fixes the landmines below and reloads the automatic gun. Then suddenly a drone comes out of the pit. The drone looks at Levi for a few seconds. The drone scans in a strange way. Levi is surprised to see this, and he doesn't understand why and for whom this drone was sent.
Days go by like this, and then months. After their friendship, their days were going well, and now they didn't feel lonely at all. But one day, Drasa is very sad, because today was 14th Feb, and she remembers that her father had said that if he didn't die in the next few days due to cancer, he would kill himself on 14th Feb. And here she writes on the Drasa board and tells Levi, "Today I feel very lonely. If I had someone today, it would have been great." Levi also wanted to meet Drasa from the very first day, and today he can't stop himself. He makes a plan to go to Drasa. He manages to reach the east tower through a rocket launcher. The next morning, he throws a strong rope towards Drasa using the rocket launcher, after which Drasa comes out of the tower, and she ties the rope tightly with a tree, so that Levi hangs through the rope and reaches the east tower. Levi, without delay, starts moving towards the east tower with the help of that rope, but he gets stuck in the middle because the rope was over. So now Levi starts moving forward with the help of his hands, and after traveling with the help of his hands for about half an hour, he reaches the Drasa tower. Drasa welcomes him and says, "Your house is so big." Drasa says Levi laughs at this. He doesn't say anything, just nods his head and agrees. Drasa, being naughty here, hides his clothes away and sees Levi through the CCTV camera, who is bathing in the shower in the tower. After that, Levi and Drasa sit together and talk for a long time. Drasa tells him her whole story and tells him that now I have no one in this world. Only my father was alive, but he must have killed himself yesterday. Here Levi also tells Drasa about the horrible dreams that came at night and the stories of those days when he was in the US Army. It gets dark while talking like this. Drasa plays a soft music here. They both start dancing to the music. During this dance, they start getting closer to each other, and there is romance between them. After a while, Levi looks at Drasa and says with a smile, "I've written a poem for you. When we leave from here, I will give you that poem." The next day, Levi had to return to his west tower. He says goodbye to Drasa and with the help of a rope starts walking towards the west tower. Drasa also keeps watching him go. But then we see that some creatures are moving up towards the tower. One of the creatures there collides with the landmines and there's a powerful explosion. Due to the explosion of the landmine, the parts of its iron fly in the air. One of them collides with the rope, which breaks the rope, and he quickly falls into that pit. Seeing Levi fall, Drasa picks up his parachute without thinking and jumps into that pit. After falling into the depth of the pit, Drasa starts flowing in the fast-flowing river of water. Somehow she gets out of the river and reaches the shore. On the other hand, Levi is lucky that he had fallen on a big tree and hung himself. After falling from such a height, he gets a lot of injuries, but his life is saved. As soon as his eyes open, he sees a big insect is approaching him to attack him. He tries to save himself, but then the wood of the tree breaks and Levi falls down on the roots of the tree. As soon as he falls down, the roots of the tree begin to hold him and grabs Levi. Before these roots kill Levi, Drasa reaches there. She quickly takes out a knife and starts cutting these roots, which frees Levi.
After this, Levi and Drasa start looking around. There is silence and fear everywhere. Then suddenly some creatures come out of the shade of the trees and attack them. There is a big fight between them. Levi holds his gun and shoots the first bullet straight into the head of a creature. One after another, they killed both of the creatures together. Here, Levi's eyes fall on the dead body of the creature. He sees that the creature was wearing the same army uniform that the American soldiers used to wear at some time. Seeing this, Levi's shoulders stand up. That's when he remembers those things of JD, when he told that in 1940, a large group of 2,400 soldiers was sent to this trench, and those soldiers never returned. After that, Levi and Drasa reach a strange, scary place. The scene here was like a bad dream. There were rotten bodies of humans everywhere, and the strangest thing was that trees and plants were growing from these bodies. It seemed like a deadly virus had taken this place under its control. Then suddenly, there is movement between the trees. Levi and Drasa understand that the creatures are following them again. Afraid, they both start running and enter a broken church. After closing the door, they see a strange sight in front of them. There were corpses of humans everywhere. Seeing their condition, it seemed like they took their own lives to save themselves from this virus. Suddenly, a large spider jumps on Drasa, and a lot of other spiders come out. These spiders are quite large in size. As soon as the spider attacks them, Levi and Drasa kill him together. On the other hand, the door of the church breaks the creature and comes inside. Levi and Drasa start firing at them and somehow get out of the church. Levi's eyes fall on an old tunnel. They both immediately enter the tunnel. Going inside, they find out that this is actually an old lab. There were broken glasses, machines, and old war containers everywhere. Here, Levi gets an old DVD. Levi plays the DVD and sees a girl on the screen. That girl says that we were working on a secret chemical missile project here. There were hundreds of scientists with us, but one day there was an earthquake here. The chemical of the missile leaked due to the sharp shock of the earthquake. Poisonous chemicals began to be found in the air. Within a few hours, people began to be infected with the virus. That girl shows her stomach and says, "I am also infected, although we told the military everything. We told them to bomb this entire area and destroy it so that the infection could not spread further, but they didn't listen to us." After watching this video, Levi gets a new computer there. Levi doesn't understand how the computer of today is kept in this place. Levi turns it on and is stunned to see the information in it. He learns about a company called Dark Lake, which works to make paramilitary. This company collects the samples of infected people from here and experiments on them to convert their country's soldiers into super soldiers. This is the reason why no country wants to destroy this place. In addition, Levi also learns that there is a very large missile in this valley. When it explodes on its activation, it will erase everything in the length of 4.2 kilometers.
Levi and Drasa understand all this. They find out that the lady who had sent them here is the owner of this place, and she is misusing this place. And to keep this place a secret, Lady Bartow always chose such a person for duty here who had no one to ask, and that person was killed here after a year of duty, just like JD was killed so that he could not come out and tell the world about this place. After knowing all this, as soon as they leave, there a horse-riding creature grabs Drasa by the rope and takes her with him. Levi wanders here and there, but he does not see Drasa anywhere. Only then does Levi reach a place where a large missile was kept. This was the same missile about which Levi got information from the computer of Dark Lake Company. Levi had understood everything clearly. Actually, people who had lived in the watchtower before said that if you hear the sound of a siren, you should run away as soon as possible. They were actually talking about this missile. On the other hand, Drasa was now in the custody of that creature. Drasa tries to free herself and somehow she manages to free herself. As soon as she is free, a fight breaks out between Drasa and the creature. Levi also reaches there and he also immediately attacks the creature and they both set it on fire and burn it. And now it's time for these people to get out of here. But the way ahead was even more difficult. As soon as Levi and Drasa move forward, a dangerous area comes in front of them from where it was a very big challenge to get out. Here, humans and plants were completely attached to each other, as if it was the result of a dangerous experiment. Anyway, these people, keeping every step carefully, move forward so that Drasa's foot slips, which activates these plants. They grab Drasa, but here Levi moves forward showing courage and free Drasa with all his strength. He uses a bomb to blow up the entire plant system there. Levi takes Drasa out of there.
After walking a little further, he sees a garage where a car is parked. They both quickly sit in that car and try to get out of that place. Finally, after driving a little further, they see a rope which went up to the watchtower. But now those creatures had also reached there following them. Now, if these people would have climbed up by holding the rope with their hands, then these creatures would have killed them. So Levi wisely tied the jeep to the rope and started climbing up. These people tied the jeep to the rope so that they both sit in the jeep and their hands are free to fight with the creatures. Those creatures attack them and there is a big fight between them. But those creatures were too many, so they were getting heavy on them. Here, Levi gets an idea. He leaks the jeep's petrol tank on these creatures, which burns all the creatures by setting the oil on fire. And in the end, these people cut the rope of the jeep and leave it down, which kills all the creatures. In this way, these people finally succeed in climbing up. Now, these two had found out that even if they do duty here for a year, they will be killed in the end. So now, these two make a big decision that now they will not protect this place but will destroy this place so that no other soldier like them get trapped here and the misuse of this place stops. After doing all this, they will go away from here and start a new life. Here, Drasa says, "I have a place to hide in France. We will go there and get married and spend the rest of our lives there." Levi agrees to Drasa's words, and now he says, "I have to go back to my tower. I will go there and fit a bomb in the tower and also activate this missile which will destroy the whole place." After doing this, Levi reaches his tower with the help of a rope. Meanwhile, Lady Barter contacts Levi and asks, "Did you go inside this pit because someone has turned on our computer?" Levi lies here and says, "No, I did not go there." But Barter knew that Levi was lying. He had seen everything in the security cameras, that Levi and Drasa had gone inside both the pits. Still, she continues her words and says, "If you did not go, then it is obvious that this is all the work of the guard of the West Tower. You do one thing, kill that man of the West Tower, that is, Drasa, because she has broken the rule." Here Levi says yes, but Barter had found out that he would not kill him and he had understood they were going to run away and go out and tell the world about this place. That's why she herself reaches here in a helicopter. But before Barter's arrival, they had made all their preparations. Levi goes far away from the tower and takes the longest shot of his life and shoots directly at the tower, which was directly connected to the missile below, which starts a loud siren. Now they had little time. They both start running fast because when the missile explodes, it will destroy the 4.2 km area. Levi and Drasa both start running towards the jungle with all their strength. Drasa, saving her life, goes far away from that place. But Levi's foot was injured, so he could not run fast. On the other hand, Barter also understood that the missile was going to. Just at this time, the missile is activated and there's a very big blast that destroys the entire valley. This blast was so terrible that its waves and shocks spread far, in which Barter's helicopter also comes under the impact of the blast and he is killed there. Drasa had decided the distance of 4.2 km, but Levi comes under the impact of the blast and the strong wind coming from the blast drops him into the water. On the other hand, all the creatures are killed in the valley. Now only Drasa was left alive in that blast and she stood at a high place and started waiting for Levi. It gets dark while waiting, but Levi's whereabouts are not known. She understands that Levi is no longer alive, after which the story shifts few months later. Drasa reads the poem. In every word she feels the memories of Levi. With tears in her eyes, she tries to control her heart. Now Drasa starts new life and starts working as a waitress in a hotel in France. But then suddenly, one day Levi stands in front of Drasa. He was alive. Drasa's eyes remain open when she sees Levi. She runs to hug Levi out of happiness, and with this, the story ends. If you like the video, do subscribe to our channel and like the video.